All right. Welcome back to Slushie Review with Keith Anderson. And I have my co-host here. This is Chris Richards.
That's me. I'm talking, making mouth noises.
And we're back for another episode of Slushie Review.
Episode 2.
Episode 2.
Attack of the podcast.
Ooh. You know, let me just break it out right away. I saw a video the other day where this guy he said the titles of all 9 of the Star Wars are different than what they should be. And I was like, he made some real good sense.
There were some strong points there.
He knew what he was talking about. Yeah. And I was like, okay. What was the first one? The Rise of Skywalker instead of no.
I want to say episode 1 was Force Awakens. Was his new title?
No, I think it was Rise of Skywalker, because Anakin was new, right? He was the new Skywalker, and Attack of the Clones was not Attack of the Clones. I think
they made that one like episode 3, because the clones were actually like killing them.
Yeah,
I think it was episode 2 was Revenge of the Sith. Episode 3 was Attack of the Clones.
Yeah. And A New Hope wasn't A New Hope. It was like not the Last Jedi was like 5 or 6.
Yeah,
and like A New Hope was 9.
I can't wait for us to get to Star Wars. That's gonna be
fun. Listen, we could do it whenever.
I think we're doing it now.
Not today. We could do it. Today, we could definitely do it soon. I love Star Wars. I'll watch it. What would you start off with though? 1?
Well, I think we'd have to start episode 1.
Man, I want to do Rogue One.
Oh yeah, we go episode 1, 2, 3, Rogue One.
Yeah. Han
Solo. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because we're doing the sequel trilogy.
Just the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're doing the sequel trilogies. Like we're doing 7, 8, 9. As much as you might not like it out there.
Not me. Oh yeah, out there in the world, you might not like it.
You guys out there.
Listen, I love Rise of Skywalker.
If you want to beef about Star Wars,
good.
You're in the wrong place. Because we're going to talk good things.
Glowingly.
This is a positive energy podcast.
Oh, absolutely.
I would like to think.
Full of positive energy.
Until it's not.
And midi-chlorians. That's what I'm... the fake
off
force.
The scale. Midi-chlorians are off the scale.
The fake bugs that deal coronavirus.
The force virus.
Either way. So...
Wear your mask or you're going to be able to use the force.
Darth Vader. Simple.
Anywho. Yeah, he wore his mask until he didn't, and then he died.
He did die once he took his mask off.
Exactly.
I mean...
He had his rights.
That's... fair. Let me stop.
He had the right to die. Anywho.
So, back to episode 2, Slushie Review, not Star Wars.
Yes.
We are talking about one of my favorite movies of all time.
Same.
Probably top 2.
Ooh.
Probably shouldn't have said that, but yeah, probably top 2.
What's the other one? I have to ask.
I don't know.
Okay, we'll get
that's
there.
why I was like,
maybe we'll establish it at some point in the future. So this is up there.
So probably
just forget you heard the top 2.
Yeah, don't listen to that part. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Classic.
If you've never seen it, we'll tell you at the end if you should.
Spoiler alert. If you like things, you should see it.
If you like comedy, a little bit of drama, action, great music, great actors.
A lot of good people in this movie.
And with that being said, how about my friend here, Chris?
Oh, God.
How about let's talk about the movie. Give us the plot of Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
All right, so I'm going to try to remember how it starts in the movie. Oh. A long time ago, or not so long ago, in the mystical land of Ontario, Canada.
Nice.
Scott Pilgrim was dating a high schooler. And that's how it starts. Scott Pilgrim is like 22.
He's 22.
And he's getting over a bad breakup by dating a high school girl, which is never a good idea, I would say.
Never a good idea.
Once you're out of high school, I would say it's probably not a good idea to date anyone in high school.
Probably not. Not a good idea. Also not legal, but hey, what do I know?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Legality being what it is, the law being what it is. I don't know how they do things up in Canada.
Yeah, that's a good point. That might be a good point.
I'm not going to excuse it.
Yeah, same.
Because, all right, Scott Pilgrim's not necessarily the most likable character at the start of this movie because he's kind of a dirtbag. His goal is to get with some other girl that he sees in a vision delivering Amazon packages, and he does so by fighting her 7 evil exes. Not ex-boyfriends.
Not ex-boyfriends.
Yeah, because she had a phase.
7 evil exes.
She had a sexy phase. And that's the movie. There's video game references aplenty. Mm-hmm. There's some really good music.
Great.
There's some great we already said this. Great music, great actors in the movie. A lot of superheroes in this movie. And a lot of people just from stuff that at least the two of us like a lot.
Very true.
You got Marvel heroes. You got some people that grow up to be Marvel superheroes, DC superheroes. Arrested Development is represented. Parks and Rec is represented.
Fair.
Big things for us. So.
Very true.
There's a lot of good action. A lot of good cinematography. If I can use that term like I know what I'm talking about.
I love it.
Because I don't.
Me neither.
I know what I like to see, and this is it.
And that was it.
And this is it. So.
That was it.
Away we go.
So, to piggyback off what you were saying, so some of the characters, Scott Pilgrim, the lead character, is played by Michael Cera. Mm. You may know him from Superbad, Arrested Development. Mm. That's it. I don't really know.
This is the end?
Oh, This is the end. He was in that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
He got impaled in like a light post.
Yeah, he was in a couple other things too. I just can't remember.
He was in Juno.
Yeah, Juno. I couldn't think of what that. Yeah. Yeah, he was in Juno.
And some other stuff probably.
Some other stuff. Who cares?
I can't think of right now.
Who cares? So you got Michael Cera as the lead character. Who else? Ramona Flowers, who's the chick, the Amazon chick. She's not an Amazon.
She's not. Yeah, she's not an Amazonian.
This isn't Wonder Woman, guys.
She works for Amazon.ca. What's the website for that again?
Amazon.ca.
Okay.
So she, her name is Ramona Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She was in Die Hard, Live Free and Die Hard. She was Bruce Willis's daughter. She also was
not as a real life daughter.
No.
Woof.
But
anywho,
your girlfriend. Woof. Either way, I'm not gonna. Not today. So, speaking of Home Alone,
there's a Culkin in this movie.
Kieran Culkin is Scott Pilgrim's roommate.
Wallace Wells.
Wallace Wells is an amazing character. He's hilarious. Let's see. Aubrey Plaza's in it. Chris Evans, a.k.a. Captain America, in it.
A.k.a. the Human Torch. A.k.a. Casey Jones.
He was Casey Jones.
Captain Baby Eater. If you haven't seen Snowpiercer.
Oh. I watched Snowpiercer.
You did?
I didn't tell you. I watched Snowpiercer.
I didn't tell you.
So he's Captain Baby Eater. What the fuck?
Yeah. I don't want to get us too off track with it, but yeah, he eats a baby.
He definitely...
He admits to it.
He does. Crying, sobbing.
Oh. He was so good in that.
He really was good, though. But yeah, he was sobbing at the door of the...
Babies taste best.
Oh, my God. He was like, it's not that people... what did he say? He said, it's not that we were poor and living in the back. It was that I know what a human tastes like. And I was like, whoa.
What?
That's not at all what...
Yeah, you're like,
was gonna happen.
We just went from like axe murders to like jaunty drug den walkthroughs to him admitting to eating a child.
We should talk about Snowpiercer because that movie...
I'm down. That movie was really good.
Not only did it was good, but it creeped me out.
That too.
There was a lot of stuff in it. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What?
A dude that I work with, Chandler, recommended that I check it out, and it was definitely worthwhile.
It was worth it for sure.
For sure.
But the fact, spoiler alert, the fact that who did he kill? He killed his best friend's mom. Oh no, he wanted to eat the baby. He wanted to eat his best friend, the guy.
Yeah.
The guy who looked up to him.
Yeah.
He was like, don't look up to me because I'm not a hero. And it's like, yeah, because I tried to eat you when you were a kid. And I was like, Damn.
He would have been delicious.
Yeah, but he died anyway. So
Anywho.
Yeah, he was fodder. He was just cannon fodder.
He didn't matter.
Well,
who else is in the movie?
Superman. Not Henry Cavill, but Brandon Roth. Do you not like Henry Cavill?
I just don't Superman in general.
Man.
I have nothing against Henry Cavill and his mustache.
Yeah.
But Brandon Ruth was pretty good as I'm not as super familiar with him as Superman. I did watch I forget if it was Flash or Arrow, but it was definitely on Legends of Tomorrow. He was the Atom on the CW series. He was a different DC superhero after he was Superman.
Yeah.
He was like their version of, I guess you could say, is their version of Ant-Man, or Ant-Man is their version of the Atom.
Oh, okay.
Their shrinking guy.
Oh, okay.
Who's like a scientist.
You know, ironically, the shrinking guy, Brandon, was it Ruth or Ralph?
Whichever.
Same. He he's like huge. He's like 6'5". Like he's huge. He's
Aren't
tall.
they all?
Yeah, no, they're not.
Okay.
Tom Cruise is like 5'5".
Well, okay, like him aside.
Yeah, fair. But most of the people, Tom Hardy, he's like 5'3".
Oh, okay, that's another good point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and all these guys are just short,
Venom.
and all the women are like 5'11", like in Hollywood.
I'm not against it.
I mean, that's fair.
I'm not 5'11".
No.
In
Well,
like
I
some
am.
nice tall shoes. I'm like a solid 5'6.5", 5'7 3/4".
Perfect movie star.
If I got like some Doc Martens on or something, which I don't. I'm not a tall person, but
So, but I think I named everybody that was worth naming.
Brandon Ruth, we got Brie Larson.
Oh, Brie
Also,
Larson. I forgot about Big Haircut.
Captain Haircut.
Big Haircut as Captain Marvel. She is Envy Adams.
Who would grow up to be Captain Marvel, and Abed's girlfriend on Community.
Abed girlfriend on Community.
So
Yes,
good.
she was. She's so good. I loved her as Envy Adams. So yeah, the cast is amazing. But aside from all that, I think we should just get into talking about what we like about it.
I'm in. The whole thing.
What did you like about it?
Yes.
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 So
what did you dislike about it?
Let me tell you.
End of episode.
I've been thinking about this since we thought about doing Scott Pilgrim. I was like,
So like from before we started thinking about the podcast, really, before we came up with like what we were gonna do for the podcast initially.
no, like when we planned out that we were gonna talk about Scott Pilgrim, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna say about disliking Scott Pilgrim. I'm having a hard time, and that's all, when we watch. So just for everyone's
Hey, if you don't have it, you don't have it.
for everyone's edification, we literally just watched Scott Pilgrim and
Today.
another movie, which we won't tell you until later. But we watched
Next
Scott
episode
Pilgrim, and
tuned.
I the whole time having fun watching it.
Oh,
but
great.
I was thinking about what I'm gonna say I disliked about it.
I wasn't even thinking about it because I only really can come up with probably one thing, and it's not even a real problem.
Okay, so let's get into your likes. So we decided on three
Okay.
likes.
Oh,
Top.
you got to cut me to 3?
Cut you to 3.
Okay. Number 1, the whole Chris Evans scene where he's fighting him as Lucas Lee, the skateboarder, the pretty good skateboarder turned pretty good actor. I'm a big fan because why wouldn't I be? It was great. Him, just playing it up with his stunt doubles, skateboard fighting, the like 7 stunt doubles, and one of them is clearly just a little Asian dude. But they all
Dressed as Chris Evans.
But they all still kind of look like Wolverine, and they're all just beating the shit out of him. And he dials a phone with a gun, and then he hangs up on the phone with the gun also, which is great.
So good.
So that's one.
So I'm gonna
Do you want to alternate?
No, I'm gonna
likes?
cut you off.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut you off and talk about that.
Hit me.
So that scene to me, it is so good. So that's your number 1. I love it.
Easy.
The best parts about that whole entire scene, which was probably about 5-10 minutes long, maybe even 15, was
Could have been the whole movie, and I would have been happy.
they were showing a trailer of his movie that he made with the gun. He's
Yes.
dialing the phone, and he goes, "Listen here, bucko," which I was like, let's stop right there. That's amazing. I don't know why, but I love it.
Because people talk like that.
And of course, when they're, whatever. He
Sorry,
goes,
white people talk like that. Let me be clear. That's
So he goes, listen here, bucko. You're going to hear 2 clicks. One click when I hang up this phone, and the second click when I pull the trigger for my gun. That's good movie writing right there. Because here's the thing. If that was Arnold Schwarzenegger who said it, everyone would be like, ugh. But because it was Chris Evans.
If Arnold Schwarzenegger had said it, I would have been like, oh, yes. This is great.
I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know if did we talk about this last time?
No, but I think we'll get to it another time. If we don't get to it now, let's get to it now. Arnold is awesome. He's a great action hero. He's got pretty good comedic timing.
He's funny.
And
You're talking about twins, aren't you?
I'm talking about Jingle All the Way.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the unintentional, probably comedic timing of Batman and Robin, which I just recently watched. He was the only, I won't say only good part, but he was like the main good part of that movie.
He was the only good part.
Just imagine him dialing the phone with that gun and not destroying that phone booth, for one, because he's huge. Yeah. Like, you listen to me, bucko. You're going to hear 2 clicks. The first is going to be me hanging up this phone. And the second is going to be me pulling the trigger.
Can I say something? I love your impression.
I feel like I went a little Chris Walken a little bit.
Chris Walken is what I heard. After the Hey Bucko, I couldn't stop laughing about the Christopher Walken. I love it. I'm gonna have to just all right, composure. Arnold Schwarzenegger was the best thing about Batman and Robin.
Hands down.
I was telling my girlfriend about this. I said, listen, I think Batman and Robin could have been a good movie. I think it could have been a good movie. But I think everyone was like, okay, we have Arnold. We need to work with him exclusively because everyone else they're good actors.
At best.
No, at best good. But I'm just saying, I think that everyone was like, Clooney's cool.
Ugh.
What Robin's
O'Donnell,
Chris O'Donnell's good.
Blah.
Alicia Silverstone's good. Uma Thurman's good. We're just gonna focus on Schwarzenegger, and then he stole the show, and everyone else was trash.
Yeah,
everybody else was trash.
No one else had a chance once he was in that suit with like the blue glitter makeup and dropping those amazing ice puns. No one else had a chance.
No, they didn't. No, and I was like, I bet because of his accent, because of the movies he played in, they probably were like, listen, we're gonna work with you. We're gonna cultivate your character. And then everyone else was like, George Clooney just came in with bat nips and was just
phoned it in, with like the shots of his rubber ass in that suit. Him and O'Donnell.
Was that the one where they did like
they did the suit up thing?
Yeah, but did they do the marketing in the beginning, or was that Batman Forever?
I think that was Forever.
Yeah, when he goes, are you taking the MasterCard? Yeah, I'm gonna stop by McDonald's and get some Hanes and blah blah blah. Like they went through like a whole thing. Him and Alfred.
I think
it might have been Forever though.
Oh, I think there was a bat card in this one, but I don't remember there being mentions of McDonald's.
Yeah, well, he was like, "Don't leave home without it."
Yeah,
and he was like, "I'm gonna stop by McDonald's for lunch or something." It was something dumb, and I was like, could you just put an ad in McDonald's?
I mean, product placement now has just become like almost second nature in movies, but it's not so in your face.
No, it's not.
It's in the background. It's like, oh, look, Iron Man's got this special phone that you can get that won't be outdated in a year in the first Iron Man movie. Or
it costs $1,300.
Yeah, or like the Ninja Turtles are eating Domino's Pizza or Pizza Hut, and it won't give you diarrhea.
Yeah, fair.
Or I don't know, like whatever's in the background of a movie.
No.
But this one was straight up like, eat at McDonald's, because you can probably get a Batman Happy Meal toy in whatever year that it was made.
The back card was like an American Express. He's like, I'm going to use my American Express. Like, George Clooney, can you just shut up? Like, just do the Batman. No one wanted you as Batman.
And that's telling the guy to shut up who had like 8 lines in the whole movie.
Did he?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't remember him talking that much.
He wasn't really a convincing Bruce Wayne.
No. Arnold Schwarzenegger had top billing in that movie. I remember watching it, and his was the first name that came up on the screen, and I got so excited for him just because it's him.
It was good. It was so good.
It could have been the movie could have just been called Mr. Freeze.
It should have been.
And Mr. Freeze.
Because let me tell you who was really not selling it. Poison Ivy.
I was going to say Uma Thurman.
Oh.
No.
Not even a.
No.
She was just so not even over the top. She just wasn't. She didn't do it for me.
She wasn't good.
She wasn't good at all. And
She doesn't do it for me.
I know you said you like Batgirl.
I thought she was better than Robin.
Yeah, Crystal Dot. He's a whiny baby.
Yeah.
He
if
really is.
You want to talk about actresses that don't do it for me? Let's get back to Scott Pilgrim and let's talk about who else is in this movie that we forgot to talk about because someone doesn't like to hear negative things about her. Anna Kendrick.
Did I not mention her?
Anna Kendrick.
Did I not mention her?
No, you did not.
I didn't.
You didn't.
Did I?
And that just came to me because I promised somebody that I would talk about this. I'm not. It's not that I dislike her. Mm-hmm. It's not that I hate on her. Mm-hmm. I try not to hate on anybody to an extent. Mm-hmm. I don't get her. Like, I don't get, like, everybody, you know, when she came out with these movies and in
Pitch Perfect.
Was it Pitch Perfect movies? Yeah. Like, I saw them. She was all right. Mm-hmm. And, like, the cup song where she's, like, stacking cups and all that crap. This is dumb. I didn't do it for me. I don't get the hype. I don't think she's bad.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think she's overrated. Mm-hmm. It's just, in my book, she's not in my book.
So, duly noted.
Take a note.
I'm not saying she's the best actress of all time.
Oh,
I'm not saying.
I don't think you could say that.
I'm not saying I love her. I just don't understand the hate of her.
I'm not, and that's fair. I'm not saying I hate her. I just don't get. Don't get necessarily the amount of like, she's so good, she's amazing, this and that. Like it's fine. I like liking things. I like liking people.
Funny.
Okay.
I think she's so funny.
I didn't think she was bad in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
That's what I was saying. I was like, man, you guys are missing out on some comedic gold here.
But like so many of the other things, not that I've seen her in a ton of things, but like the Pitch Perfect movies. Mm-hmm.
But you gotta take it for what it's worth.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But just in general, meh.
So yes, okay. I'm sorry, I forgot. Anna Kendrick's also in the movie. She plays Scott Pilgrim's brother. She's hilarious. She's the best thing of the movie. Yeah, that's a lie. But either way, so back on track. So we were talking about your 3 likes, and I interrupted you to tell you that that one scene
about Batman, and then we got to Batman somehow again. It's going to be a recurring theme, and that's fine.
He surrounds everything. Yeah. He's everywhere.
So my first like was the Lucas Lee scene. Right. Second like, I'm going to give it to the vegan police with Thomas Jane and the other guy taking away. What's his name? Todd Ingram's vegan powers with the de-veganizing ray.
Oh, that's his name in the movie? Okay.
I think his name's Todd Ingram.
Okay,
Todd something.
Yeah.
He hits him with the de-veganizing ray because he didn't realize that gelato and chicken parmesan weren't vegan.
On August 1st, you ingested...
knowingly ingested chicken parmesan.
Chicken isn't
vegan? Gelato's not vegan? Milk and eggs, bitch.
Milk and eggs, bitch.
That's my number 2. Mm-hmm. Number 3, I'm going to give it to young Neil when he's asked... What do you play? I think it's Knives Chow assumes that he's in the band when she meets everybody and says, "What do you play?" Well, that's kind of a big question. What do you say, like Tetris, Zelda, and I identify with that because I don't play any instruments, but I play what I feel like is a good amount of video games. What I know is not a good amount of video games compared to what exists.
Fair.
So
that's fair.
That's my 3. Okay. If we want to talk dislikes, I'm going to have to get to after your likes because I want to hear your likes. So I feel like your likes might be similar to mine, but let's get at it.
So, overall, I like the fact that I can quote Scott Pilgrim. That's my number 1. I can quote Scott Pilgrim with just about anything. The whole movie just has a million quotables where... For example, Scott Pilgrim said, he said, what's his name? Dang it, I'm drawing a blank. Kieran Culkin, Wallace. Wallace comes up. He goes, Scott, if you want to win Ramona back, you're gonna have to break out the L word. Lesbian? No, Scott. The other L word. Lesbians? I'm not trying to trick you, Scott. It's love. Oh, that to me For a while.
That is a good line. I really do enjoy that
I'm in lesbians with you. And he says that after the fact.
Yes,
I
he does.
love it. It's amazing. What's another one? And I'm for some reason I'm blanking, but another quotable is when your number one, like when Chris Evans says he
I know what you're gonna say.
Scott, you know what I'm gonna say. Scott Pilgrim's getting beat up and he's walking away. He gets an alert on his phone. He looks at his phone and he goes, "That's actually hilarious. Hilarious." And it's just so
To
good.
himself, yeah, like getting a coffee.
He's not talking to anybody.
Getting a coffee.
I love
Just
it.
walking away from it.
Probably the best part that I've ever seen.
That is a really good one. I would sent you that GIF a million times.
It's so good, right? Like it's just a great quotable. So the movie in itself, there's so many different things to talk about. There's so much like just jam packed in there that I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say this. Plus, I've seen it probably 20 times, and I can say it line by line as I'm watching it.
That's not a problem.
Not for me. Maybe for people watching it with me, but
I think while we were watching it, I remember hearing you saying some things along with it. I remember myself saying some things along with it. It's a good time.
Yeah, good time. So that's my number one. Man.
Quotability.
Yeah,
Fair.
Honestly.
100%
That's
fair.
it.
I like it.
2, the soundtrack. So instead of telling you about scenes, I'm just going to tell you what I like about the movie. The best things about the whole entire movie. 2 is the soundtrack. There are, from what I remember, I believe 2 different versions of the soundtrack. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not know that, actually.
So if you go to Spotify, there's one version of the soundtrack that's like soundtrack.
Hey, you know what else you can find on Spotify?
Well, what's that?
Us.
Hey!
You can find the Slushie Review podcast on Spotify.
Hey, there it is.
There it is.
Nice.
Sorry.
I like that.
I just felt like...
Whatever. People need to know. The people need to, if they don't know. If you don't know, now you know.
Yes.
Either way. So you go and you look up Scott Pilgrim after you look up Slushie Review, and there is the soundtrack, and then there's like, it's not the extended soundtrack, it's like the alternate soundtrack. The first one has like 20 songs, maybe 25, and the other one has almost 40. And I know them both. I love them both. All the songs that are in the movie are on both soundtracks, but they're longer than the songs in the movies, just like every soundtrack, right? So it's instead of cutting off for a fight scene in the movie, it plays the whole entire song and they sing the whole thing, and it's amazing. It's hilarious. There's one part in the movie where they do like dueling guitars,
Yes.
and they play that whole extended version on the soundtrack, and I love it. It's just literally guitar strums against each other, and you can hear every single strum, every single note, etc., and I love it. It's amazing. So the soundtrack for me is something that I listen to a lot. A lot. Something also, just like a little side note, Beck, the artist Beck, not really familiar with him, but he did a lot of the music for Scott Pilgrim.
I did not know that.
So here's the scene, guys. I'm just talking to Chris here.
Let's set the scene.
When Knives Chow and Scott Pilgrim are in the record store, the very first time, and she's looking for Clash of Demon Head, and she goes, "Where's Clash of Demon Head?" And Aubrey Plaza, who's hilarious,
Check the section. Clash of Demon Head.
Clash of Demon Head. They go over there. She picks it up. Scott Pilgrim, who dated Envy Adams, who is the lead singer of Clash of Demon Head, threw the CD. He was like, "You don't want to listen to him," and he threw it. And he threw it on top of Beck's album.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Next time you watch it, you got to see it.
You are an eagle-eyed viewer.
Listen. Eagle-eyed son of a bitch.
You also pointed out that thing about the moon to me. In the movie.
Oh, yeah. That's it. So, with that being said, number 3.
Oh.
The movie itself. To be fair, I'm going to be honest with you. The
So your,
movie. The
your
movie.
third like is the whole movie.
I know that's not fair. I know that's not fair.
I can't say. I'm not here to decide what's fair.
But we made up the rules.
I'm here to talk about this with you.
So we made up the rules. So fair or not, I'm gonna say it.
We decide what's fair at that point. Once you
Same.
make up the rules, and just when you think you know the answers, we change the questions.
Damn right. Damn right. I don't know. That's wrong. Speaking of questions and answers, have you ever seen the movie that Chris Evans was in with the worst superhero in Marvel, Scarlett Johansson? And it was about them taking a test and cheating on it.
No.
Came out years ago. But it was literally, they were in high school. Chris Evans was a jock. And Scarlett Johansson, no makeup, kind of like a grunge look, kind of like an emo look, was like the emo kid, didn't talk to anybody. Her and Chris Evans became close.
Oh, it's like perfect for her acting range, then, isn't
Maybe. She was also black in that movie. No, I'm just joking.
it? What? What?
No.
That's
I'm sorry.
that's
I'm sorry. Scarlett Johansson came out last year and
keeping me
said,
on my toes on this episode.
Scarlett Johansson came out last year and said, I should be able to play any part, any whatever. I can put makeup on and etc. Yeah, so that's, yeah. I was like, how about you just play your part better?
Man, no wonder they killed her off. And
They tossed her off that. Get out of here.
now she's
But
getting her
anyway.
own- now she's getting her own movie. All right. Anywho,
So, yeah, I don't remember what that movie was called, but it was such a good movie, though. It really was. But it was, I mean, it came
in
out
spite
like,
of her.
yeah, she was good in it.
Okay.
But they all were super young.
So this is like an old movie or?
1999, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. Remember, like I told you, either it was made in 92 or 99. I knew it wasn't made in 92.
Well, I mean,
so.
either way, that's at least 20 years ago. So
It was 20 years ago. So, yeah, they were like
it's a
teenagers.
long time ago. Some of our
To
viewers,
some people.
some of our listeners,
Ah.
might not have been alive back then.
Oh.
If there, I don't know if there's kids listening. I don't know.
Poor guys.
If there are,
Yeah.
why? There's
they're
probably
alive now.
probably should be some kind of content
No.
issues going
They're
on.
okay.
here.
They're adults.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's all right. That's all right. They're adults. But either way.
You're gonna become an adult.
Listening to this?
Yeah.
Question
You're gonna
mark?
learn some stuff
That's fair, for sure.
about our opinions on movies, and
That's all you
not
need
much
to know.
else, and nothing
Listen,
else.
I grew up on movies, and that's why I love movies. And guess what? This is all I ever do. So, I think I turned out okay.
Yeah,
I don't know if I did, but I think I did.
There you go.
So, it's okay. But either way.
doesn't matter what anyone else thinks.
So my third like is the movie itself. The movie itself is amazing. There's so many things that people don't notice. Like there's a scene where, not notice, but I don't want to say people don't notice, but that people take for granted. For example, I know a favorite scene of yours is after Scott Pilgrim kisses Ramona and he comes into his apartment building with the Seinfeld theme
Oh,
song.
great! The Seinfeld slap bass beat,
Absolutely.
so good.
Yeah, it was so good. He was acting like Kramer.
Yeah, like
and,
Kramer's into the door, and
Yeah.
there's like a laugh track,
Yeah,
and crowds
yes.
wooing, and
like what kind of movie like does that? And like a good to me, a good movie. Like it incorporated that situation. There was a backstory of Ramona's ex-boyfriend, one of her exes, who she said he was so in love with her that he punched a hole in the moon.
yeah, the vegan Superman.
Oh yeah, Superman. Yeah, that was Superman. And he punched a hole in the moon. And if you watch the movie, which we'll tell you if you should, I think you know by now.
You should.
If you don't know, I don't know to tell you. But
You should. I'll tell you.
if you watch the movie, every time they show a picture of the moon, there's a hole in it.
Because it's like almost never directly.
It's
and
no.
it's not like in focus. Never like here's a picture of the moon. They're like here's
Right.
a scene, and you can happen to see the moon.
Yes, and like
And I
it's
never
always-
noticed it before when we watched this
Yeah,
together. and you
it's
pointed it
always
out
in
to
the
me.
it's always in the corner of the frame, or it's like so far off in the distance you can barely see it. In the one where is it this one? One of the scenes, a couple of the scenes, they it's at night, and when it goes to daytime, it clicks like a light switch, and they go straight to the moon. I don't know if you ever noticed that, but they go to the moon and then it clicks, and it's like, but if you look at the moon, there's a hole in it. There's a huge hole in the moon. Like that stuff to me is amazing. The fact, the one line, he goes, "You dated Kim." I was like, Kim, that was so long ago. She had freckles. She still has freckles, and she's in the band with you. That's amazing. That's hilarious to me. And literally, I can go on and on. But I know that's so vague in general. But honestly, the movie. That's the reason why I watch it so much. That's the reason why I own it. That's the reason why it's amazing. Like I said. So what did I say? The quote. I can quote it.
Quotable soundtrack
and the movie.
Yes. Quotable soundtrack and everything, and I can't argue.
Everything.
And I feel like I missed a like. I feel like I should have given a shout out to Egg.
Give me
to Mae Whitman, another actor that we forgot to mention.
Yeah, she was in
Arrested Development. Good Girls.
Good Girls, a show on Netflix. Is it on Netflix?
I think it's an NBC show, but it's on Netflix now.
Yeah, I think so.
Her and Retta and somebody
else.
Her
and Donna from Parks and Rec.
Yeah, Egg.
I've watched it. It's not a bad show.
She was April O'Neil in a Ninja Turtles cartoon.
Oh, I was like...
No, not live action. No, she voiced her.
I'll be honest with you. I was like, her?
Yeah, her? Is she funny or something?
Bland?
Yeah. Well, that might be, if we can get to the dislikes, that's... Ooh. If I even have one, that'd be it. More of that. I want more Egg. I would like to have seen more of her character.
I thought she was just great.
Which, granted, I mean, I'm not going to say she was bad in any way,
right?
Because I just would have liked to see more of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know it's based on the books. I haven't read all of them yet, and I know this series has been out for a long time, so I'm behind. But I don't know what all these characters amount to in the series of the books. But I would have liked, just for my own enjoyment, to see more of that.
Fair.
Because she was a badass ninja with like a whip belt sword, and she was awesome.
It was kind of like a whip.
Yeah, like I think she wore it as a belt, but like when she undid it, it was like a sword. It was like a whip, and then like it was bladed.
It had knives.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, I liked it.
I would like to see more of that. Like a bra with like overalls, and like one of the overalls was undone.
Yeah, she was Ramona's sexy phase. She was her one of her evil exes.
She called her
not ex-boyfriend. She called her a has-been.
I love it. I love it.
But yeah, if I have one dislike, it'd be I would have loved to see more of her, just because I enjoy her as an actress.
Fair. That's understandable.
Do you have a dislike? I know we have. I know it's probably going to be hard, but I know that's the format of your own design. So you're going to be hoisted.
I'm like a villain. It's my own undoing.
Hoisted by your own petard, which I'm still not sure if I fully understand that phrase. But
I don't either. But I laughed because it was funny. So it sounded good. So, man, dislikes.
It doesn't have to be a big one. It can be like mine wasn't a big one. Wasn't long enough. Could have been more movie. Like could have been more movie. Could have been 3 hours. Could have been a series of movies.
It's crazy because I don't know.
That's fair.
I really don't have
it. And you did say this movie's in your top 2, and whether or not that was,
I'm not saying it's 2 either.
On purpose, it might be your top 1. Then it might just be your top. And if you can come up with a negative, I can't fault you on that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you asked me to come up with a negative about a movie I really, 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 really liked, like this one, I really, really like this movie. That negative wasn't really a negative. It wasn't like, oh, I thought this was bad, or I thought that was bad. I wanted more of it.
Fair.
Which it's hard to say that's a negative about something. Like, it wasn't. I want more of that thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's bad.
And it was a 2-hour movie too.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a short movie, like 90 minutes. It was like an hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah.
So, man, honestly, I have to think about it. I'm probably going to cut the silence out. So I have to think really hard about, you know what? No, that was a good thing too. I was going to say,
what were you going to say?
I was going to say Raj Patel. I was going to say I didn't really like his character, but I do.
Oh, Matthew Patel?
Matthew was a Raj, not Raj. Okay, I'm sorry. Matthew Patel. I don't know.
He might have been a pirate.
He was a pirate. He was a Johnny Depp pirate.
He with the eyeliner.
And he was hilarious. And he was so good. The song was hilarious.
Oh, his I mean, he was the first Evil X.
See,
It
that's
was amazing.
why
He had a musical number,
Right.
Sorta. He like danced a little bit.
That's the reason why I was not. That's why I can't make it a dislike, because he was the first one,
Yeah.
and so he was getting. It was just like the first. It was the first stage, and he was getting over it, and he wasn't. He didn't fight King Koopa, but he fought. He fought a Goomba,
he was a Goomba.
and so it was like, okay,
He was a dancing, singing Goomba.
yeah, he was
shooting fireballs.
Which and the turtles, they did dance. Or no, I'm sorry, not the turtles. The
hipster chicks.
It's just too much. It's all good things. But I was thinking about the Mario Brothers, and I was like, the Goombas did dance at one point.
Sometimes, yeah. Oh, in the movie.
Yeah, in the movie, they were dancing there doing their slow dance.
Oh man, that was the scene.
So
we got to talk about that movie.
Super Mario Bros.
Yes,
with John Leguizamo.
We should get to that.
Bob Hoskins.
With who? With Bob Hoskins? You mean? May he rest in peace.
I did that on purpose. Just so,
He knew it would get me.
I knew.
He knew it would get me fired up. That's
I love
fair.
it. I love it.
That's fair.
Man, I wish I could tell you I had a dislike. I don't wish that, because it wouldn't be my favorite movie.
There you go.
It's close. It's my favorite. But I'm just gonna say it.
That's fine. And it can be your favorite can change at a whim. It doesn't. It's not set in stone.
No.
'Cause
mine is.
Well, okay.
It's Scott Pilgrim.
Fine, that's fine.
Yeah. Set in stone.
Okay.
Man, I can't. I'm not gonna change it anytime soon, because I can keep watching. That's a great thing about.
That's
Either
fair.
way, I'm not gonna keep going on and on about this, how great this movie is, because I might, because I could, and I could just quote it all day, and it's hilarious. It's amazing.
Poor Matthew Patel though. First fight, he went into that fight with. The first thing he did in that fight was get hit 64 times. He got a 64 hit combo landed on him. The movie counted it. And he still had enough confidence in him to continue that fight. Now, I know
He had
Scott,
enough confidence in him to sing a song.
that too. I know Scott didn't get the first hit in like any of these other fights, but he got 64 first hits in this one. And Matthew Patel still got up, brushed it, like blew the dust off of his shoulder pads on his pirate jacket, and then did a little dance number. And still got his ass kicked anyway, like he knew he would.
Yeah.
But he got hit 64 times before getting a haymaker. And then it was like, you know what? I didn't hear no bell.
Fair.
Round 1 hasn't even started yet.
Fair.
And got back into it and then got his ass kicked.
Let me tell you something about the Nobel thing, though. Not the Peace Prize either. So you're gonna get bad jokes from me, all right, guys?
I haven't
I'm a
heard
dad.
one yet.
All right, so it's life.
Yeah.
So the one thing I really loved about the movie was that the fight didn't begin until it said "fight" on the screen, like a video game, or it
so
said
many
versus.
video game references.
Right.
Amazing.
I love it. That's again. What's bad?
Yeah.
Nothing.
All the X's like exploded in a shower of coins. I believe that was a homage to River City Ransom, where like every baddie you beat up just like died. And their body disappeared, and there's like just coins bouncing in place, and you just picked it up, and it was like some pocket change.
Love it.
And
It's
you
amazing.
went and bought like a sandwich with it or something,
Or catch a bus.
or caught a bus, or bought a book, and read that book, and then used the knowledge from that book to beat the shit out of somebody else. 'Cause that's how books work.
I mean, that's how I make. Well, I use books.
You
to
buy a
read
book
people up.
and you read it, and then suddenly you can like every time you swing your hand, you throw 3 punches, and then no one's got a chance against you.
That's fair. Yeah. So, either way, 3 likes, 1/2 of a dislike, 0 likes from Keith, 3 likes from Keith. So, since this whole podcast is about drinking slushies, which we are, brought to you today by homemade slushie and grape Kool-Aid mix, made by Chris.
You know it.
They're
Grape
delicious.
Kool-Aid, a little lemonade concentrate, a little sugar,
Ooh,
little pep, a little lemonade in there for some pep, a little
ice.
Ice, of course. You
Nice.
can't have a slushie without ice. Brought to you by Ice. Slow water. Come and get it.
Same. So, as we're drinking slushies, slushie meter, we are going to rate how great the movie or bad the movie was.
There's no bad.
1 through 5.
5 being the highest.
Slushies movies.
5 being the highest.
What's your rating, Mr. Young Chris?
I'm going to give it Well, let's see. I forget what I gave Jurassic Park, which was the first movie we did.
I think you gave it a 4.5.
I'm gonna go.
Which I thought I was gonna forget, and now I'm not.
I'm gonna give it a. Honestly, I'm gonna give this a 4.5.
Okay.
4.75.
Okay.
Easy. There's nothing that would make me give this thing lower than a 4.
Nice.
You could beat me, torture me, whatever. I would tell you anything you wanted to know about me or anybody else I know, but I would not give this movie lower than a 4.
That's fair.
So I'm gonna give it a 4.75.
Okay.
4.75 for me.
4.75.
Yes.
Cool.
In stone. Chisel it.
Do I have to say mine?
If you want to. I mean, well, it kind of makes me look like an ass if I put mine out there and you're just like, I'm not going to say it. I mean,
fair.
This guy's just going to tell me what he wants and I'm not going to give him anything.
So, thinking long and hard about it.
I have a prediction about this. Go ahead.
Please predict.
I'm going to guess you're going to give it above a 5.
I wish I could.
Oh. I wish I could. My hands are tied by this firm strictures of the system.
I was
really expecting either like a 5 or just like, you know what, 6. Just to blow your mind a little bit.
I want to give you. I want to give it a 5. I want to give it. It's a 5
Reasonable.
to me. There's nothing else. It's one of my favorite movies.
Can't ever tell you you're wrong by your opinion of something for yourself.
Maybe I'm not even biased because obviously I watched it.
I'm not biased. It's my favorite movie, but I'm not biased.
My favorite movie of all time, and I can watch it any day of the week, twice on Sunday. Even though I watch it once today.
Once on a Sunday, at least.
Yeah, it's a 5, man. Overall, the movie is amazing. The cinematography, which I don't know what that is amazing. The soundtrack.
We're gonna learn together what cinematography is.
I'm not gonna look it up. I'm probably never gonna look it up.
We're gonna learn it by watching it.
Yeah, fair. That's awesome. The soundtrack, amazing. They're not even cameos, so they're just the cast. The cast of the entire movie is amazing. Everybody's just funny. And the funny thing about when I watch comedies, like, you can tell, like, oh, this is funny. They're also trying to be funny. This, I didn't feel like they were trying to be funny because there's not a lot of comedians in the cast, right? Like,
that's fair.
So to me, they were just funny. Like, the writing was so good that they were just hilarious.
Yeah, there's not like a ton of people in it that I don't know strictly from comedic roles.
Right.
Like Michael Cera, I know mostly from comedic stuff, but he's in like Juno, which I don't think of as like a funny movie.
It's not.
He was in
it's not particularly funny.
I mean, he was in Arrested Development, hilarious.
Funny. That was funny.
This Is the End, hilarious.
Yeah.
So I guess he's the closest one I would say to like strictly comedy roles.
Because like even everyone else who's been in comedies, like Chris Evans has been in a comedy, but he's also been in a lot of drama. He's been in a lot of drama.
I think of him more as drama, like because I don't think the more movies is like comedy movies.
No, they're not
funny,
comedy, but they're action
comedies.
Yeah. This is just a different genre. They're just not, whatever. And he's super serious in that. Like, he's not like the funny one.
No.
Even though Captain
Until
America
he is.
He's funny sometimes. That's fair.
Until it's America's ass.
Until that's America's ass.
It is America's ass.
And then I'm trying to think, like, Anne, she may be the closest one to being in a... But even, like, with Good Girls, which I've seen, she's not necessarily funny.
Yeah.
She is the most lighthearted one because she's the most irresponsible in that show, but she's not funny. So...
She's funny or something.
Only Aubrey Plaza. That's another thing.
Yeah, well, she's in Parks and Rec. She's in Avatar Korra, which is not really like a comedic show. She's in that, an animated series, which I was watching it the other day, and I was like, wait, I know that voice.
True.
Who is that?
No, and all the movies she's been in have been comedies.
That's fair.
But ironically, she doesn't find herself funny. She's like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just being me. And I'm like, well, that's hilarious.
And it's enough.
That's enough.
Because most of the things I see her, and she plays about the same role. She's like,
she doesn't change.
She's like usually pretty serious, pretty flat, like in delivery. She's either like unemotional or just angry.
True.
Or kind of her two like levels.
Right.
And it works for her. It gets her
very
work.
dry, sarcastic humor.
It's gotten her more work than I'll ever have.
Also same.
So who am I to say?
Who am I? So
We're just a couple
overall,
of guys for the podcast.
that's true. Congrats, by the way.
We gotta start. And to you, sir.
Thank you. I take my hat off,
Clink.
which I don't have. Clink? Are we?
Clink some glasses, some tumblers, some plastic WWE tumblers together and toast to each other's.
The slushies are good though.
Thank you.
So, what else do we got? Was that it?
Well, let's see. We reviewed it. We talked about it. We rated it. I really think we just have to, I don't know, wrap it up.
Yeah, recommendation.
Recommendation: see the movie.
Definitely see the movie.
This is the part you've been waiting. If this is the part you've been waiting for, I'm pretty sure we said it at the beginning. See the movie.
See the movie.
Because it's been out for a while.
It's been out 2010 is when it came out.
So it's the 10th anniversary or so.
Oh, yeah, 10th. I was thinking 20 because math is hard. So I was like, oh, okay.
How old are we then? Jeez. That's wild. If it came out in
Talk
2010,
about
it's been 20 years. Oh, my God. It's been 84
March was
years.
9 years in itself.
God, that was a thing.
So there's that.
I aged quite a bit in the last couple months.
Who hasn't? So yeah, I would recommend everybody going out and buying this movie immediately.
Yes.
And another thing about going to see this movie, it was underrated when it came out.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a lot of fanfare and a lot of people. But I was like, when I first saw it, I was like, wait a minute, there's so many good people in this. And I was like, wait. Oh my God, this is hilarious.
I don't even think I saw it in theaters. I think I rented it.
I don't think anybody saw it.
Like, as soon as it came out, I think I rented it.
No.
And I was like, how did I not see this movie?
The first time I saw it was on cable on accident. I was like scrolling by and I'm like, oh, what is this? And honestly, I really do believe there was like a specific scene that came on that I can't tell you which one, but it was like, I was like, oh, well, that's hilarious.
It's actually hilarious.
I wish it was that one. I wish it was that scene, but it wasn't. And I was just like, oh, this is good. And for probably about a year, I had never caught the beginning of it, which I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I love this movie. And then I caught the beginning, and I was like, oh, of course, well, I was right. So that works. What else do you want?
More, yeah, I'd say, what more could you want?
Right.
You got to see a good movie, and you got to be right about something.
So, yeah, with that being said, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it for Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, definitely watch it. It's worth your time. If you think your time is worth more, then you're wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong.
That's all I have to say to you.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So, with that being said, thank you for listening to the podcast. Yeah. Thank you for listening to us review Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Came out in 2010. We suggest together go see the.
Yes.
Okay, you can't go see it. Buy the movie. It's on Netflix right now.
Yeah, so go stream it. If
I know you have Netflix, so just go ahead and watch the movie.
Even if it's not your account.
Even
you either have the account or you're using somebody else's.
It's not.
You're one or the other.
I don't have any streaming accounts.
There you go.
I don't have one.
And I have several.
I don't have one.
And I'm not the only one on them.
But I have them. I'm just not.
There you go.
I don't pay for them.
That's not
so
important.
To be fair,
that's not important.
My Netflix is my sister's. Hulu, I got that free with Spotify. Amazon Prime, it's my girlfriend. So I guess that's mine.
There you go.
But I don't pay for it.
So I guess it's mine.
I don't pay for it. What's another one? Oh, the Vudu. Have you heard of that?
Sorta.
Okay. That's my sister's.
Isn't that a thing where like you buy a movie and then you can watch it whenever you want?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
It's like Prime. Yeah. It's the same thing. Yeah.
Well, there's Amazon Prime. There's Disney Plus.
Hulu, Disney Plus.
Netflix.
Got that free with Verizon.
There you go.
Hello. Come on. I'm out here winning,
Prime.
guys. I just want to throw it out. I'm winning out here.
Winning. He's not even playing the game. So.
I'm not even playing the game. I'm above the game.
You guys are out there losing. So.
I think my sister, like, once a year, every time I see the meme, it's like, you're not paying for your account. I'm like, hey, thanks, sis. Appreciate it.
There you go.
Throw her a couple bucks, maybe. I should.
Some people don't get that.
All right. Let's wrap this up. So, this has been Keith.
This has been Chris.
And we are, first off, we're very appreciative of everyone listening to the podcast. We did our first episode a while ago. Came out, huge fanfare. We had a ribbon cutting. It was amazing.
Giant scissors and everything.
It was that's the only way to have a ribbon cutting, right?
No, you can't do it otherwise.
Yeah, you can't. So
Come on.
So no, it was amazing. It was great. We're gonna keep doing it.
Because we're having fun.
Are gonna try to come out with an episode once a week. We're gonna try. That's what we're gonna do. At least once a week.
I'll put in the effort. Oh no, I gotta watch a movie every week.
Oh no. And drink slushies.
Yeah, I gotta watch a movie, hang out with my friend, and talk about it, and drink slushies, and have fun. Life is hard.
Uphill both ways, right? You know?
It's like going to school and or work or home.
So either way, yeah, so listen, keep listening, subscribe to our podcast. We are on Spotify. We're also on Apple Podcasts, so if you have the iTunes app or an iPhone or any of that jazz, because I don't, but if you do, you can listen to us there. You can subscribe. You can rate us. You can review us. 5 stars. We really love positive criticism.
Nothing less.
5 stars would be amazing. Or you can just actually, you can follow us on Twitter at Slushie Review. That's Slushie, Slushie Review on Twitter. And you can. There's a link in our profile that you can actually follow our feed. You can actually go to, it's not a website, but it's like a feed, and you can follow all the episodes there.
Oh, nice.
So you can follow us a lot of places. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, anywhere that you get podcasts, you can rate us, review us, and subscribe to us.
Bring it on.
So we'd appreciate it. Love you guys, and till next time. And the next episode, it's going to be a good one. Stay tuned.
They're all going to be good.
That's fair.
To us.